Okay, so now that we've taken a look at the split entry type stuff, the main thing that I want you to understand there is if you think about kind of like a triangle choke, this is a triangle choke with the arm. Some people do call it an arm triangle. I believe the Japanese name is gatagatama, and I'm probably not doing the pronunciation too much justice there. But the idea here, you got to understand why you're doing what you're doing. This is fairly technical stuff. It does require quite a bit of experience as far as, you know, you gotta train this a lot. You gotta train it with a non-resisting, a passive opponent, and then once you understand it fairly well, you gotta wrestle around a little bit with it, make sure that you can get it, you understand the movements, where your pressure should be well enough to get it with a resisting opponent. But then, you know, overall, you gotta understand why you're doing what you're doing. So it's not just about, you know, putting your hand exactly here and then grabbing. It's about understanding why you're doing that. So why I'm doing what I'm doing is he's not able to hit me with this arm, okay? If I stay on the outside and we're hand fighting a lot, you know, I can get headbutted or punched or something. So I'm getting close to him so I can maintain some, or I can create some control. I'm crossing his arm up. I'm controlling his head. He can't hit me with this arm now. I'm controlling his head. Where the head goes, the body must follow, okay? And then I'm putting myself into a position where I can actually cut off the circulation to his brain and choke him. So now that we've talked about this a little bit, I want to go over a series that I work with my students here at my facility a lot with, and this is getting to a takedown from here and then all the way to a super good position of control. We call it the gift wrap knee on belly. So the knee on belly position, jiu-jitsu position that we use in Krav Maga as well, and then we're just adding the gift wrap. The gift wrap is when you have somebody's arm like this and you reach around and you grab it. They're gift wrap for you because you can beat them up if you need to. But this is a control unit. We're not beating people up. So once you get to this position, the takedown is actually fairly simple, especially if I've gotten this posture broken down properly. All I'm going to do is come around the corner so I make him sit down. So it's a lot like the seatbelt position, or the seatbelt takedown rather. I'm here and I'm just coming around the corner and he can't catch himself. Now from here, notice he's almost looking away from me. Based on where his arm is, it's really easy for me to reach out and grab. Now from here, my hand that was reaching around, I reach for the far side leg, and now I come the rest of the way around, and I'm here in the gift wrap knee on belly. So his same side arm, the one that's closest to me, is in the gift wrap position. I'm crossing his body up because this arm is going that way, opposite leg is going the other way, so he can't leave. If he's got some sturdy pants, I'll grab them. If not, I'm just grabbing his leg really hard. And then, of course, my shin is very firmly on his stomach right now. I can make much more pressure if I want to, make it really terrible for him. But at this point, he can't really do a lot of damage with this hand. Okay, he's not really in a position to hit me. If he does hit me, I can hit him back and say, hey, stop that. I'm in control here. That's the point of the control unit. So from here, as you can imagine, cuffing procedures, getting somebody restrained, whatever the case might be, is very, very easy. Hopefully, if I'm in a position where I've got to subdue somebody like this, I'm going to have people there to help me. So if I can get to a position of control like this, hopefully some other people can come and help me. But even if that doesn't happen, there's plenty of stuff I can do to finish this even further from here. There's actually a really cool choke that we can go over here in a moment from there as well. So I want to go over this. So I gave you several different, like split entry, weaving, leaving the arm there. It doesn't have to be like that. So in the first scenario, we talked about the seatbelt takedown. I can certainly, if I can go like this, I can certainly reach underneath all the way around like this. Okay? The only thing I have to think about is I'm probably going to skip the T position if I take him straight down from here. Okay? Because the T position implies that once I get here, I kind of spin him around and I force his posture way down. If he's facing away from me like he's engaged with somebody else or whatever the case might be, I'm just going to reach up, okay? Maybe he's gesturing, maybe he's got an object in his hand, okay? That hopefully it's not a sharp object because I'd probably have to do something slightly different. But if the arm is already up, it's going to make it easier. Whatever the case might be, I'm going to come up and I'm just going to keep rotating and just take him straight down to the ground that way. Like I said, I'm going to reach out and grab this arm. Normally this arm is going to be in front of the body where I can easily reach out and grab it. Even if it's way out here, that's fine. I can grab his neck, keep it firmly clamped, reach over and bring it in. It's no problem. Now I'm going to go straight out to that opposite side leg, start to pull it up off the ground, and I spin around. Now I'm knee on belly. Okay? When I go knee on belly, there's a couple of different ways that I can play the angle of my shin. So it can go up to where, up at a 45-degree angle, to where my kneecap is right on the sternum. That's just incredibly painful. Terrible, terrible. People will normally stop resisting just to get you to stop that because it's so painful. Or I can run my shin straight across his belt line and just staple him to the ground that way. Now, from here, there is a pretty cool choke where I take my hand that's on his leg, I lace it through this hole here. So where his arm is bent, it's creating a hole. I'm going between his bicep and his neck. I can grab my own wrist, and then it's a very, very tight choke from there. So like I said, from here, cuffing procedures, getting him restrained that way, fairly easy to do because the way I have the wrist, I can say turn over, turn over, turn over. I can get his hand, come around, whatever. Hopefully I can get somebody to come and help me, that sort of thing. If nothing else, if he's still really, really resistant and bucking me off and all this kind of stuff and nobody's helping me, well, I might have to just go ahead and finish it from here and just choke. So I'm C-clamping his wrist, making like a spear hand, diving through like a karate chop on the neck. Here, I just grab my arm, and then I'm trying to reach as far towards the back of the neck as possible. Once I squeeze and make my grip, I bring my wrist into his neck. Okay? So if I'm able to come upon a situation like this, I just come straight in, and I'm just already rotating by this time. So let's walk over right about here. I'm diving through, gable grip, and I just take him down that way. Not a whole lot he can do about that. If he forces me to get into that position, you know, if he's trying to punch me or something, I can be here, then around, and then I'm simply chalking with my back leg, hips forward. Same concept as the seatbelt takedown. Here, and then I can choke. Boom. One more time. Let's do the overhand right. Here, choke again. Here, over. Now the other way. Here, gift wrap, leg. This is good. You can finish from here. Cuffing procedures, I have to be you know, communicating with him the whole time, telling him to turn over. I want him to get onto his side. He's even less mobile this way. If I have cuffs on me, I can put the cuff on here. Then I can carry his arm around, bend the elbow, force it over, say roll all the way over. Now give me your other arm, give me your other arm. And now we're here, okay? Come on up. So that's kind of another option to get to that arm triangle position, and there's a couple of finishers from there. It's a lot of fun to train with. If you have questions about these, they are, as I said, they're not necessarily super complicated, but it does require a high degree of proficiency, and you can only get that by training it quite a bit. So have fun with that.